Hi everyone, we are doing Visible Thinking 5B. The topic is measurements, and I'm going to go through the questions on page 19 to 21. Alright, so let's first look at question 19. Question 19 is rather straightforward. So let's just look at the keywords here. So first, I know that Janet has 3.4 kg of peanuts, gave 120 grams to her neighbor, and shared the remaining peanuts equally with her brother. Okay? So take note, so it's Janet and the brother. Okay, so there are two people all together. So the question is asking how many grams of peanuts did her brother receive? Now for this topic, one of the key that you should remember is to look very carefully at what is the question asking. Okay, and what units is the question asking. So in this question, it's talking about grams. So if you leave your answer as kilograms, then your answer will be wrong. Okay, so always remember what is the question asking you to do. Okay, so this question is very, very straightforward. So I'm just going to quickly work out the solution. So now I'm going to do the conversions very quickly and in my mind. Okay, so I'm assuming that you are comfortable with doing conversions. So 3.4 kg, it's 3400 grams. So if I gave 1200, now one thing to also remember is always put in your units, especially when it comes to measurements, because there are so many units, so it's sometimes difficult to keep track of what's the unit and you may forget. So make it a habit for every number, put down the units. So 3400 grams minus 1200 grams, that will give you 2,200 grams. Okay? So this is the remaining, and she shared it equally with her brother. So it's just she and the brother. So 2200 grams divided by 2, and that will give me 1100 grams. And this will be my answer. Question 20. So Janet bought 3.4 kg. Again, she gave some to her neighbor and shared the remaining equally with her brother. So again, it's just she and her brother. Now if her brother received 1200 grams of peanuts, how many kilograms? So here what I want is kilograms of peanut did she give her neighbor. Okay, now in order for us to understand this question a bit better, let's try and draw a model. So I've this model, and this represents 3.4 kg. Okay. Now since I'm required to leave my answer as kilograms, from now on I'm going to work all in kilograms. So if it's given in grams, like for this, like 1200 grams, I will immediately change it in my mind to kilogram, which is 1.2 kg. Okay. So it's easier like that, and I won't forget to convert it at the end of the day. Okay, so I have 3.4 kg. She gave some to the neighbor, so this is some. So this is for the neighbor. Okay. Now, so then this part here will be my remaining. So this is my remaining, and I shared the remaining equally with her brother. Okay, she shared it. So this divided by 2. Alright. Now the brother received 1200 or 1.2 kg. So which means that Janet will also receive 1.2 kg because it's equal. Alright. So that is quite straightforward. So now 1.2 kg I times 2 to find out this whole part here. And so that will give me 2.4 kg. Alright. And then so I want to so I know that this 2 is 2.4. I want to find out this part here, so I take 3.4 minus this 2.4, and that will give me my final answer, which is this 3.4 minus 2.4, and that will give me 1 kg. Oops, sorry, let's put in the units. Kg, kg. Okay, so always make it a habit to put in your units. Alright. Now Jaden is 1.4 meters tall. he is 26 cm shorter than his mother. Father is 14 cm taller than his mother. And so what I want is the total height of the three of them in what? Meters. Okay, so this is my unit, meters. So immediately, let me just quickly change my 26 cm into meters, which is 0.26. Okay, this 14 cm, I will change it to 0.14 meters because I divide by 100. Okay, so if Jadin is 1.42, he is 26 cm shorter than his mother. So if he's shorter than his mother, that means the mother is taller. So very straightforward. The mother will be 1.42 plus 0.26, and that will give me 1.68 meters. Okay, then if that's the case, then the father, because the father is 0.14 meters taller than the mother, so if the mother is 1.68 meters, then the father will be an addition of 0.14 meters. That will give me 1.82 meters. So I want the total height of the three of them in meters, so the total would be where I add all of them. Okay, so 1.42 plus 1.68 plus 1.82, that will give me 4.92 meters. Now question 22, Jadin is 0.2 meters shorter than his mother. Father is 15 cm taller than his mother. Okay, then if the total height of all three of them is 3.91, how tall is Jadin in centimeters? So here I want centimeters, so straight away I will convert this 0.2 meters, that will give me 20 cm. Okay, 15 cm is there already. 3.91 meters is 391 cm. Okay, now to understand this question a little bit, we might need to draw the model. Okay, so that will help us to understand the problem a little bit better. So Jadin, I don't know how tall he is, but I know that he's shorter than the mother. So if he's shorter, that means his bar will be shorter. So then the mother's bar will be longer. Okay, and she's shorter by 20 cm. So in other words, the mother is taller by 20 cm. And the father is taller than the mother, so the father's bar will be a lot longer. Okay, and it's taller by 15 cm. So the model helps because this here, I can divide this equally. This will be also 20 cm because it's equal. And then this here will be 1 unit, 1 unit, and 1 unit. Okay, and then what else I know? I know the total height is 391 cm. Alright, so I can now very easily, if I get rid of this 20, this 20, and this 15, I'm left with 3 equal units. So that's what I'm going to do. 3 units will be, let's erase this. Will be 391 cm minus 20 cm minus 20 cm again, and then minus 15 cm, and that will give me 336 cm. So 3 units is 336 cm. So very easily, 1 unit is 336 cm divided by 3, and that will give me 112 cm. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for Jadin. So Jadin is 1 unit, and so this will be my answer. Okay. Question 23. Charity fund was held to raise funds for a children's home. Okay, so 3 routes, A, B, C. A was 2.5 km. B was 1,100 meters longer than C. Now the total length of the 3 routes is 8100. How long was route C? So I'm looking for route C, and I'm looking it in terms of kilometers. Okay, so obviously, like what we always do, change this. 8100 will be 8.1 divided by 1000, 8.1 km. 1100 will be 1.1 km. Okay, now the rest are all in km, so okay, let's start. So again, for this question, I will need to draw a model. So I've got A. I know it's 2.5. Alright. B is B is longer than C. Okay. So let's draw B and let's draw C. Now C and A are not the same, so I'll make sure I'm not drawing them the same. So B is 1.1 km longer than C. So the total is 8.1 km. Okay? So I want route C. I want to find this. Okay, now let's see. How do we do this? If in this case this is 1 unit and this is 1 unit. So I'm looking for 1 unit. But this A here, it's not 1 unit. It's unknown. I don't know how many units this is. So what do I need to do? Okay, I know that the total is 8.1. Now if I can get rid of this 2.5, I can get rid of this 1.1, I'm left with 2 units. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So 2 units is actually 8.1 km minus 2.5 minus 1.1 km, and that will give me 4.5 kilometers. Right? So if 2 units is 4.5 kilometers, 1 unit is 4.5 kilometers, divide by 2, and that will give me 2.25 kilometers. And that is exactly what I'm looking for, so this will be my answer, 2.5 km, because I'm looking for 1 unit. Okay? So you notice question 22, 23 are all model drawings. Okay, 21, if you want to draw model, else you can do it as well, but 21 is a little bit more straightforward. Now 24, obviously, definitely we will need model as well. Okay, so again, I got ABC. Now in this case here, A was 2.5 km longer than C. B was 800 meters longer than C as well. C. Now again, I have total length of the 3 routes 8100. I want route C and I want it in meters this time round. Okay, so what I do immediately, I change 2.5 km to 2500 meters, and yeah, the rest are all in meters. So again, let's draw model. A is 2.5 longer than C. Okay, now because I'm going to have B here, so I'll leave a bit of space here. So I'll put C here. Okay, draw a dotted line so that I know where it ends. So this is 2500 meters. So A is 2500 meters taller than longer than C. Now B is 800 meters longer than C. So B will be slightly longer as well. So this is 800 meters longer than C. So because of that, this is 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, because they're all equal. And the total length of the routes was 8100. And so because of that, very straightforward, 3 units, 8100 meters. I minus off the extras, which is 2500 meters, and then minus 800 meters, and that will give me 4,800 meters. So 1 unit is 4,800 meters divided by 3, and that will give you 1600 meters, and that is your answer because I want C. C is 1 unit, so this will be my final answer. Now for question 25, 26, 27, and 28, I'm actually going to use a method and a strategy that we have learned before when we did ratio. Okay, because if you look at the question later on, you will see that there are similarities between the ratio question. So remember, we actually learned about one unchanged and constant difference. So these are the two strategies that I'll be using. So let's first take a look at question 25. A contained 1500 ml of water. B contains 8.5 liters. Now, here's the key. After an equal amount of water was removed from each jug. Okay, so that means an equal amount was removed from A, equal amount was removed from B. So then jug B now has 8 times as much water as A. So the question is asking how much water was removed from each jug in the liters unit. So first things first, change this to 1.5 liters because divide by 1000. Now, what strategy is this? A, I have this amount. B, I have this amount. Equal amount was removed from each jug. Now, if you are able to think and you recall, this seems to be a constant. What is constant here? Yes, the difference. Okay, this is a constant difference because if let's say I have let's say I have 5 pencils, you have 2 pencils. If we both minus 1 away, our difference initially is 3. If I both minus 1 away, our difference at the end it's still 3. So this is what we mean by constant difference. Okay, so I'm going to use ratio to help me solve this. So I've got A, I've got B. So jug A contains 1500. Jug B contains, okay, no, so because I need in liters, I'm going to work in liters at all times. Okay, so this is 1.5 liters and this is 8.5 liters. Now the difference is 7 liters. So this is before. Now after, A is to B. So after that, jug B now has 8 times. So jug B has 8 times of A. So that means B has 8 units, A has 1 unit. And what is the difference? Wow, it's still 7. Okay, so from here we can actually immediately compare because when we talk about constant difference, what we have to do is to make the difference the same because at the before and after my difference is still the same. Looking at my example here. So if A has 1.5 before, 1 after, so what is the difference? How much was removed? 1.5 minus 1, and that will give me 0.5 liters. Okay? And that's it. It's quite easy. Now, if you use B to find, it will get the same answer. 8.5 minus 8 is also 0.5. Okay? Cool, right? Now, let's look at 26. And let's think what strategy that we used in ratio that can be used here. So, jug A, 1500 ml. B is 8.5 liters. So again, now, here is after some water was removed from B. And then it says jug B now has 3 times as A. So my question is, how much was removed from B in milliliters, ml? So before we do anything, let's change this to ml. Okay, now, what strategy is this? Does this look like? What strategy? I have some water removed from B. Anything removed from A? No, right? So this is my one unchanged quantity. See? It's the same concept here. So one unchanged quantity in this part here. So let's do it the same way as we did our ratio question. So I have A is to B. And because I'm working in milliliters, I'm going to do all in milliliters. 1500 and this is 8500. So this is before. Now after, I have A is to B as well. B now has 3 times, so B has 3 units, A has 1 unit. Now the key for one unchanged quantity is to keep the one that did not change the same. So if some water was removed from B, A is the one that did not change, correct? So A should remain constant. But if you look at my ratio, it does not follow my story because this is 1500, this is 1. So very easily, I can change this by multiplying 1500. And if I do on one side, I need to do on the other side. So 1 times 1500 will give me 1500. 3 times 1500 will give me 4500. So now both my A is the same. My B, before I have 8500, now I got 4500. So how much was removed? 8500 ml minus 4500 ml, and that will give me 4000 milliliters. And this will be my answer. Cool, right? Okay, 27. Let's see, what strategy is this? Raymond bought 2.5 kg of sugar. Darren bought 1200 grams more sugar than Raymond. Now here, again, let's look at the keywords. Both of them use an equal amount of sugar. And after that, Darren had twice as many sugar as Raymond. So the unit they're asking for is grams. How many grams did each of them use for the cake? Okay, so how many grams did each of them use for their cake? So again, what strategy is this? Because each of them use an equal amount, this is constant difference. Alright, very straightforward. So let's work it out the same way as we did just now. Okay, come. So I have Raymond. Now because in grams, okay, so let's change this, is 2500 grams. Okay, so Raymond 2500. Now Darren is not 1200. Okay, because Darren bought 1200 more than Raymond. So basically Darren is 1200 plus 2500, and that will give you 3700 grams. Okay, so I'm doing it at the side. 1200 plus 2500, that gives me 3700 grams. Okay, so Darren is here, so I need my difference because it's constant difference. Difference here is 1200, and this is before. And now let's look for after. So R is to D is to difference. So after, Darren had twice. So Darren had twice, Darren had 2 units, Raymond had 1 unit, the difference here is 1 unit. So for constant difference, I need to make the difference the same. Okay, because the difference before and after should be the same, but here this is 1200, this is 1. So very easily I just multiply by 1200, and that will give me 1200. And here, same thing, everything else multiply by 1200. So this will become 2400, and this becomes 1200. Okay, so now my difference becomes the same, so I can compare. Alright, now because both of them use the same amount, it doesn't matter whether I compare Raymond or I compare Darren, we should get the same answer. So let me use that Raymond instead. So 2500 grams before minus 1200 grams after, and the difference will be 1300 grams, and that will be our answer. And if you check Darren 3700 minus 2400, you should get 1300 as well. Okay, last question. So Raymond 2.5 kg of sugar, Darren 1200 grams more than Raymond. So in this case here, Darren bought some more sugar. And after he did that, he had twice as many sugar as Raymond. I want how many more kilograms of sugar did Darren buy for his cake? Okay, so basically I want the increase. How much did he buy for his cake? So what does this look like? What do you think? Yeah, this is, okay, I'm gonna write it higher up here. This is 1 unchanged. So because only Darren is changing, Raymond did not change at all. So let's go. Now kilograms, so let me change all this to kilograms first. This is 1.2 kg. Okay, so I have Raymond is to Darren. So at first 2.5 and 1.2. Okay, so remember ratio has no units, so don't ever put units in. Now after Raymond is to Darren, it will be now after Darren bought some more sugar, he had twice. So Darren had twice. So Darren 2 times, Raymond 1 time. Okay, so because only Darren is changing, Raymond should be kept the same. Alright, now I'm circling all this to remind me which is the one I should keep the same. Okay, so I need to make it to 2.5, so I multiply by 2.5, and I need to do the same for both sides. So this is 5. Sorry, it's not 2.5. 2 times 2.5. Oh, sorry, yes, it's correct, it's 5. Apologies for that. Where's my pen? Okay, here it is. 5. Okay, so Raymond is the same before and after. Darren is the one that changes. From 1.2 he went up to 5. So what is the amount that he bought? So let's find the difference. 5 minus, it's 5 kg minus 1.2 kg, and that will give me 1.3. Oh, hang on a moment. If you have not been shouting, say, Mr. Ng, stop, you are making a horrible mistake. Darren, does he have 1.2? No. So this is a very common mistake a lot of you have made. So let's erase all this. Now Darren is not 1.2 because Darren had 1.2 more sugar. So let's find Darren first. So 1.2 more than Raymond. So Raymond is 2.5. I had to plus 1.2 kg, and that will give me 3.7 kg. Okay, so please don't make the same mistake that I did. So this is supposed to be 3.7. So 5 minus 3.7 kg. Now that will give you 1.3 kg. Okay, so please take note. Look at the question very carefully. Darren is 1.2 kg more than Raymond. Okay, right. I hope you had fun. If you have questions, please don't feel shy to ask. Clarify as much as you can. See you.